Vegito versus Gogeta. This question has been in the community for years and has sparked much debate, whether it be Fusion Reborn versus the Buu Saga, or the Goku Black arc versus the Broly movie. I think it's finally time to address all of the above and analyze who is consistently portrayed as the superior fusion. But before that, we need to answer the question on which fusion method is better, the Potara earrings or the fusion dance. The fusion dance was our first introduction to the concept of fusion, and is a method with dealing with Majin Buu, who had just easily defeated Vegeta, who had his power drawn out beyond his limits by Babidi. We then have Goten and Trunks, two incredibly powerful warriors for their age, and while they were strong, they were implied to be inferior to the Supreme Kai, yet Goku believes that if these two fused, that there would be no way that they can lose to Buu. And despite Buu powering up himself, he's nearly killed by Gotenks, who had just obtained Super Saiyan 3, a form that took Goku years to achieve. But here are these 7-8-year-old kids acquiring it after just 2 weeks of training. Super Exciting Guide describes fusion as multiplying the two's power together. Obviously, this increase varies between what source you want to use, but is consistent that fusion is astronomically more powerful than what either fusee can do on their own. We are then introduced to Potara, and despite all hype surrounding the dance, Elder Kai states that it has a greater effect than fusion. People have often debated upon what exactly this entails, but I think it's made very clear that Potara is portrayed as the stronger fusion method. Bootanks, who has seen fusion in action more than once, thinks that a Gokon fusion would be ineffective against him. However, Elder Kai believes that he could handle him without even becoming a Super Saiyan. This is reiterated after Buu absorbs Ultimate Gohan, with both Goku and Buuhan having doubts that a Gogeta fusion could beat him. Then Vegito proceeds to mop up Buu even in base form. Vegeta also notes a few times that he wasn't expecting to be this strong, and pretty much every guy in existence points to it just being a stronger fusion method, labeling it as a power-up beyond fusion, having a fusion effect beyond that of regular fusion, and its strength after merging surpassing that of fusion. There's simply far too much going against the dance to say that it's somehow the superior method. The main reason this is even a debate is due to some questionable promotional material describing Gogeta and Vegito as equally matched ultimate trump cards. But the entire fandom bullied this quote and unanimously interpreted it as them both just being the strongest trump cards that are equally effective when dealing with a threat. So because of that, this first point goes to Vegito. The next point, and probably the most iconic variation of this topic, is who was stronger in their initial appearance. Vegito made an incredible splash into the series, easily overpowering Majin Buu Gohan Absorb without even going Super Saiyan, and continued to thrash him for nearly an hour straight while countering every single trick Buu had up his sleeves. Even when Buu turned him into a candy ball, he proceeded to just beat his ass as a candy ball. Several guys like the Son Goku Densetsu also label him as the strongest character in all of Dragon Ball Z, including Kid Buu, who caught a spirit bomb that had energy from the entire universe. Moving on to Gogeta, even just one of his fusees could violently shake a realm that houses universe-sized planets, but even this Goku was powerless against Janemba, who is stated to be even stronger than Majin Buu. The Jump Anime Library also states that he is the strongest movie villain thus far, putting him above the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, who is a threat to the universe, and the mechanized Metacooler, who is stated to possess infinite power. This beyond Majin Buu level demon then hits Gogeta as hard as he can, and it literally does nothing, and ends up getting obliterated by Gogeta shortly after. So going by feats, Gogeta seems to edge out Vegito. Gogeta just effortlessly handling someone stronger than Buu, compared to Vegito, who was forced to power up against Buuhan, just screams Gogeta just being the superior fusion. A V-Jump released in 1995 also answers this question and states that if Gogeta fought Vegito and didn't defuse, he would win. And to clear up any confusion, the guide does specify that it's Fusion Reborn Gogeta versus Buu Saga Vegito, not just Vegito versus Gogeta. So with that in mind, I think it's fair to say that Gogeta wins the second round. Dragon Ball Super, being the fan service show that it is, gives us a reintroduction to our favorite fusions, with their shiny new blue forms. People often debate on how strong Vegito Blue is, mainly due to his strength varying quite a lot when comparing the anime and the manga, so I will go over both versions. So, who is more powerful in the anime? Gogeta Blue from the Broly movie, or Vegito Blue when he fought Zamasu? Vegito was used as a trump card to counteract the fusion between Goku Black and Zamasu, and after fusing, Vegito seemed to have the edge over Zamasu, with a guide even calling him the strongest. However, Zamasu was still strong enough to fight Vegito and was even able to take a full power final Kamehameha from Vegito, so Zamasu should still be relative to Vegito. This same Zamasu then ends up getting power cliffed by a suppressed Jiren, and Goku in just normal Super Saiyan Blue can later match a Jiren that is using more power than ever. And even after breaking his limits with Omen and getting stronger after the Tournament of Power, he's still vastly inferior to the likes of Broly after he went Super Saiyan. And Gogeta in just normal Super Saiyan is shown fighting that Broly. The two power up even further, with Gogeta ultimately proving himself as the superior fighter. Honestly, I think Vegeta would be lucky if he could even scratch normal Super Saiyan Gogeta, let alone fucking Gogeta Blue, who's taking on beyond God of Destruction level threats. The power creep of the anime is just way too much for Vegito to keep up, so this point undoubtedly goes to Gogeta, making the score 2-1. The manga interprets Vegito's power much differently than the anime does. Even in base form, he obliterates Zamasu's upper half, and he ultimately views base Vegito as stronger than Blue Goku and Vegeta at the time. And after turning blue, Zamasu is completely incapable of keeping up with Vegito more so treating him as a plaything more than anything. Supreme Kai even goes as far as to say that he could even be stronger than Beerus. This claim ends up having some truth to it, as V-Jump confirms that Vegito really was on Beerus' level. As a reminder, Beerus was confirmed to be a rival to the suppressed Black Frieza that one-shot True Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta. This Goku should be far stronger than he was in the Moro arc, who Moro 7-3 was completely incapable of damaging. Meanwhile, Piccolo implies that Moro could potentially damage Gogeta Blue, as his Force Spirit Vision requires inflicting damage on his opponent. So in the manga, Gogeta would probably just break his hand punching Vegito. So manga Vegito Blue gets the fourth and final point. So to answer the question in the title of the video, yes, Vegito versus Gogeta actually was close after all. Both had the same amount of wins over one another over the years, despite Potara being the stronger fusion method. I would like to thank you guys for sticking with me through this video, and if you like my content, maybe go and hit that subscribe button. We are getting pretty close to 3,000 subscribers, and it would mean a lot if you could help me reach that goal. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Later!